Blu-ray. Byun Woo-seok and Kim Hye-yoon, cozy on the bed and the lovesick gaze. Hello everyone, a warm hello from all of us. If you're new here, welcome to the cozy corner of celebrity tea, speculative romance, and dramatic behind-the-scenes reading. If you love what we do, please hit like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Your support keeps our channel digging up the cutest set moments and the juiciest, most exclusive tidbits. Stick around until the end of the video, because we've woven some very special, exclusive details into today's feature you won't want to miss. Today's story is one of those slow burn, blush-provoking glimpses that make fans replay a single frame until it feels like a mini rom-com. The headline, which some of you have already seen circulating, is Blu-ray. Byun Woo-seok and Kim Hye-yoon cozy on the bed and the lovesick gaze. And yes, we're taking that headline very seriously, because sometimes one look is all it takes to convince 1,000 conspiracy theorists that a scene was less acting and more accidentally adorable. Let's set the scene. A still that's been making the rounds, and the very image you kindly shared with us captures a candid, quieter moment between a young man and woman. On a bed, he's leaned back with a soft smile, that sort of smile that seems to arrive before the first line of dialogue even lands. She's in the foreground, pretending to be cross, a mock sulk, a playful turn away, a hand tucked into the sleeve of a chunky knit as if to hide a smile that's trying very hard to escape. The blankets are rumpled in that perfect post-scene way, soft lighting paints the room a gentle blue, and the whole frame reads like a pause in a rom-com where everything unsaid suddenly becomes obvious. Now, before the detective work begins, the image itself contains 1,000 tiny details that fans love to obsess over. The man's eyes, when they land on the woman, shrink into something utterly private and slightly tender. That look isn't the rehearsed actor smile. It's softer, a little indulgent. And if someone gave out awards for gaze that says, "I would wait 100 scenes for you," it would win. The woman's expression is equally deliciously ambiguous, half pretend reproach, half pleased, like someone who's been caught stealing cookies but is secretly proud of the crumbs. It's the classic, pretend I'm annoyed so you'll keep looking, routine. And it reads like a playful duet rather than two performers standing on separate islands. Fans online have been quick to interpret the chemistry in all sorts of ways, as they always do. Some insist this is simply brilliant on-set energy, others whisper, real feelings, and a particularly imaginative minority has already storyboarded 3 seasons of imaginary couple drama. Whatever your camp, it's hard not to grin at the tiny, conspiring movements. A protective lean, a hand that lingers a beat longer on the blanket, an eyebrow that raises like a punctuation mark to the conversation. These are the micro moments the camera catches when it isn't trying to prove anything, and they're irresistible. Anecdote time. One fan remarked that watching episode 16 felt less like watching a scripted installment and more like watching a date happen in real time. And if you're wondering whether we're being dramatic, well, we may be dramatic, but only because the footage begs for it. There's something cinematic about a scene that could double as a behind-the-scenes snapshot or a private photograph. And that blur between staged and spontaneous is the whole reason fandoms exist. Let's talk body language, because that's the secret sauce here. The man's posture suggests comfort and a little smugness, the kind of smugness someone has when their secret that they find the other person utterly endearing is safe and unchallenged. The woman's half-turned face, her slightly hunched shoulders under a cozy sweater, screams, "I'll sulk, but secretly I love it." Combine that with the soft domestic tableau, blankets, dim light, unguarded smiles, and you have an intimacy that reads as both playful and genuine. Not every scene needs an explicit confession. Sometimes the slow accumulation of small gestures tells the whole story. Now for the cheery rumor fuel. People love to line up a comparison between these sorts of stills and the polished promotional shots. The promotional photo is a glossy final product. This kind of candid is the director's leftover magic, and the internet, ever a creative engine, will always prefer the candid. Why? Because candid looks like real life. And real life sells more daydreams than a perfectly posed poster ever will. For those who crave proof, we don't have a confession taped to the end of the real, and we're careful about how we frame images versus claims. What we can say, with all the responsible giddiness of a fan newsroom, is that the way the two move around each other in this frame suggests a shared language. The little jokes, the comfortable silences, the way an eyebrow can deliver a punchline. Whether those languages are practiced lines or off-book, they're beautiful to watch. A small, slightly cheeky aside. If any of you are keeping count of wardrobe choices, note the oversized knit and the blanket tucked pose. That, combined with the warm lighting, triggers a universal, stay in and order dumplings vibe. It's the visual shorthand of domestic bliss. Even if it's just for one scene, even if it's just for a still, it makes us imagine ordinary moments. Late night takeout, whispered secrets, and someone stealing the last fry while pretending to be scandalized. Before we wrap up, a reminder from us at. Please watch the whole video. We've interlaced this episode with a few exclusive notes and context points, little production trivia, timing cues that might explain the mood, and one detail we think is a delightful reveal for true detail-minded fans. We don't want to spoil that gem here in the script. It's for viewers who love the deep dive as much as we do. So what's the takeaway? Whether you call it chemistry, serendipity, or simply great acting, that single still contains a story. A moment of levity, a moment of warmth, a moment that makes you root for an off-screen romance just as much as an on-screen one. And honestly, isn't that the best kind of theater, where the audience becomes a co-conspirator in reading meaning into a look, a smile, a playful sulk? Thank you for sharing this little window with us. If you enjoyed this exploration, please support our channel, like, comment your favorite micro moment from the still. Was it the look, the sweater sleeve, or the blanket tug? And subscribe so you don't miss our next exclusive breakdown. We'll keep serving upset photos, slow burns, and the occasional rumor that's just believable enough to keep the heart racing. Here's wishing the pair even more success ahead, with projects that let their easy chemistry shine again. May Byun Woo-seok and Kim Hye-yoon find themselves sharing the screen in another drama or film soon, giving fans everywhere a fresh chance to enjoy their playful spark and all the quiet, heart-stealing moments that make them such a joy to watch together. Until next time from all of us at. May your favorite OTP get their perfect scene, your tea stay hot, and your speculation be ever hopeful. If you'd like more content like this, tell us in the comments which behind-the-scenes moment you want us to analyze next, and don't forget to watch to the end for that special exclusive detail we promised.